This is the HotelPlanner Tour, a pathway to glory for tomorrow's stars, where the very brightest prospects in golf compete on the road to Mallorca. It's a season-long points race played out on a global stage. Finish in the top 15 and secure your place amongst the game's elite by gaining promotion to the DP World Tour. This is where memories are made, dreams are realised and futures secured. This is the HotelPlanner Tour. Welcome back to the HotelPlanner Tour, where for the second time in 3 weeks, we've made our way back across Europe to the shores of southwest Spain. It's a region boasting a stunning and varied coastline and the historic port city of Velzen, which lays claim to the departure point of the famous Christopher Columbus 1492 expedition. Last time out, at the Danish Golf Challenge, it was Finland's Tapio Pulkkinen who launched his season with a playoff win over Maxence Gipodon. It was a win that saw the Finn enter the top 15 of the Road to Mallorca rankings in fourth, one place clear of the defeated Frenchman. Longtime leader MJ Daffy continued to clutch top spot, slipping back 4 places, Sweden's Christopher Blomstrand, holding that 15th and final promotion position. Event number 9 of our season saw a new venue welcomed onto the Road to Mallorca schedule as the Isla Canela Links, one of the only link-style tests on the calendar, made its HotelPlanner Tour debut.
Well, Isla Canela is a full venue, golf resort, with a small hotel, boutique hotel down there by the old course. We have 18 holes there and 18 holes here, the links course, where the player can enjoy some linksy shots, some bump and run shots. It's windy, and that's why we use the name of links. And we bought this golf course in 2019, right before COVID, and then we start working step by step on greens, bunkers, fairways. And in 2022, we made an agreement with the DP World Tour for the qualifying school. And year after year, we were running up new investments. And here we are after 4 years. And very exciting, very exciting. And the course is in good shape. First comment from players is good. So fingers crossed for a nice weekend.
On our last visit to Spain, Pablo Areño claimed a first HotelPlanner Tour title, adding his name to an ever-growing list of success stories supported by the Pro Spain programme, with others keen to follow suit.
I've been a member for 2 years now. When I got in the Pro Spain team, I didn't think there were going to be so many help things to do for you. I would say the main thing for you will be the economic help. Another very important thing for me is the invites. I know some of the players, they have full category, but for me I have category 14. That means I will be able to play just with the category like around 9 events the whole year. But then with the invites, I can maybe play almost 18, something like that. We also have a big help of coaches. There are a lot of guys, for example, Zabal, as you said, is a very nice example. Not only for like I would say the technical stuff, but also for the experience. You can ask him a lot of things about how he addresses the tournaments, the most pressure moments and stuff like that. But also, as we know, Pablo Areño, 1-2 weeks ago, always when you play in Spain, you want to play good. That helps you to put that extra amount of work to see if you can achieve the same thing, the same goal.
Another to benefit from Pro Spain's support is Joel Moscatel. A fairy tale maiden victory over Pulkkinen and Denmark's Rasmus Nergård Petersen came at this event just 12 months earlier.
A first Challenge Tour victory for Joel Moscatel and a Spanish winner in Seville.
Sat 88th on the Road to Mallorca rankings, the 27-year-old was hoping those positive memories could kickstart a push back towards the DP World Tour.
For sure, this tour prepares you so well for the DP World Tour.
Third shot into 16.
Yeah, tough season for Moscatel of the HotelPlanner Tour.
The ideal, whenever you're young, you think, oh, I'm going to be on DP World Tour, but you never think that you can go back on HotelPlanner Tour, you know? But reality doesn't work like that, you know? It can happen. And it's part of the journey of your journey. There are players that go on tour and never move from there, and others that they do it, you know. Yeah, obviously I feel positive because I think it's where I have to be now, you know. I was not at the level that you need to be on tour. So it was nice to, I mean, just take notes from that and hopefully whenever I'm back, being stronger and better to stay there and compete at my best. If I look back, I know how well I was playing and how good I was doing things. Obviously, the game needs to be in a certain good position to do that.
Oh, and in she goes. Thank you very much.
Why not doing it again and get up again on the DP World Tour, yeah?
And Joel's bid to return to the top table continued on Thursday afternoon on the linksy and windy back nine. After two opening pars, a first drop shot of the day came at 12. Failure to take advantage of the scoreable par 5 15th, then another bogey at 16 saw Joel make the turn at 2 over par.
It was not easy because there were a lot of crosswinds and stuff, and I felt like I started on my lines pretty well. I hit it quite nice, but I couldn't make a putt, you know. Pretty bad chips around the green, so pretty much all my short game today was quite off. All the round went like that, so yeah, a little bit frustrated. I tried to stay positive because I was playing well, and I thought, okay, as soon as I get the pace, I'm gonna start dropping putts, you know, because you never know when is your time to start, that you make the click and start making putts.
Whilst Joel battled his game and the elements, taking advantage of the more forgiving morning conditions was Pedro Figueiredo. This up and down on the par 5 15th, helping the Portuguese set the clubhouse target at 7 under par. Of course, in golf, the most important shot is the next one. And the first tee and a new 9 holes, meanwhile, provided the perfect chance for Moscatel to reset his round.
That was a good one, yeah. I hit a massive drive and then a wedge into 15 feet, I think I had. Just short for eagle. But yeah, it was a good birdie. That was a really good drive, really good wedge. And one of the good putts, the only putt I make all day, so happy with that, yeah.
Joel backed up his birdie at the 5th with another at 6, following a good pin-high approach and a 2-putt birdie. However, 3 drop shots in his final 2 holes left the 2024 champion with plenty to ponder.
I just have to keep doing the same on the rest of the game. I just have to focus a little bit more on the pace for tomorrow morning. That's the only thing I'm going to try to do, because I couldn't match the speed with the reed. So it's impossible to make putts. It's pretty much luck if you don't do that.
South African Ryan van Velzen matched Figueiredo's clubhouse target. Pro Spain's best first-round finisher was Javier Barcoth Caballo, tied 16th, whilst Moscatel was way down the field and already fighting to make the weekend. As morning broke, round 2 offered Thursday's afternoon starters the perfect chance to take advantage of scoreable morning conditions. With the main day 2 development, Kit Alexander.
Filip Maruzak started on the 10th, and he had 1 birdie and 1 bogey for his opening 9 holes. The first is a gettable par 5, and he released this one up the green nicely. A great look for eagle. But it was a timid try, and the Czech player had to settle for a 2-putt birdie. He also picked up shots at the 2nd, 6th and 8th to shoot a second successive 67. Julien Salle finished strongly with 3 birdies in a row from the 15th. This remarkable approach at 17 flew straight into the hole, but amazingly it bounced out again. Bit of a repair job needed. And after that was all sorted out, he tapped in for a birdie and went on to shoot -3. American Alex Goff started on the 10th hole, and he was already 4 under par for the day when he nailed this birdie putt at the second to take the outright lead on -9. Dan Eriksson was in the zone. The 27-year-old was wielding the long putter with confidence and drained this for his 6th red number in 11 holes. There was no stopping the American as he hit a lovely approach and stroked this one home on the 17th to be the first player to reach double digits under par. Eriksson completed his 4-birdie barrage to finish by holing from 4 feet at the par 5 18th. His 64 took him to 11 under par. Matteo Cristoni completed an excellent bogey-free 67 with a birdie at the last. The 24-year-old played this delightful wedge shot that spanned back next to the hole to leave a simple tap-in for the 4. Jamie Rutherford took advantage of the drivable par 4 6th with this pickup. Last year's Cape Town Open winner also birdied the 8th, his penultimate hole, to add a 67 to his opening 66.
Rutherford's clean card saw him occupy solo second. Just 1 shot separated the next 7 players. In the end, Joel Moscatel missed the cut. But heading into Saturday with a 2-shot cushion, a quietly satisfied American.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was kind of the best mentally to start. Was making a few mistakes here and there. But got settled in there, and then the birdies just kind of started to fall there at the end. We'll see how the afternoon wave goes here, but I think it's just more of the same process, which is, you know, really patient and disciplined out there. There's some really tricky spots you can get yourself into. So yeah, just taking it easy, taking it as it comes to me.
Welcome back to southwest Spain, where sun, sea and surf are all served up, alongside an area that boasts a UNESCO World Heritage Site, featuring vast marshes, shifting dunes and pine forests, supporting a remarkably diverse array of wildlife. And after 2 days at Isla Canela Links, an equally diverse leaderboard saw American Dan Eriksson take a 2-shot advantage into moving day. Jamie Rutherford of England was second, with first-round leaders Figueiredo and Van Velzen still lurking with intent. But with Saturday's temperatures soaring, there were early moves being made on the course.
The experienced Will Besseling came flying out of the blocks with a superb eagle that catapulted him into a share of 3rd place at -8 after the first hole. 2-time DP World Tour winner Justin Harding also took advantage of the opener. This wonderful second shot set up an eagle, and the South African went on to sign for a 66. Julien Brun hauled himself into a tie for the lead with 3 birdies in the first 4 holes. The last of those set up by this lovely approach. Frenchman made no mistake with the putt. He picked up another birdie at the 6th, but he triple bogeyed the 8th and came home in level par. Dan Eriksson birdied the 1st and bogeyed the 3rd. But this pin-high approach at 4 gave him the opportunity to get that drop shot straight back. Again, the long putter worked well. He got himself back into red for the day and, more importantly, back into the solo lead. But Eriksson got into trouble at the 5th. He hit an errant tee shot and hacked his second to here. It looked like a bogey at best. But this unreal recovery shot fed in off the slope. It nearly went in for birdie, but he did tap in for an unlikely par.
I was just trying to hit the green, really, and kind of just ran up nicely there. Came off the slope and, yeah, had a nice tap-in par. probably the shot of the tournament so far for me.
Two-time Sunshine Tour winner Ryan van Velzen was absolutely flying with 4 birdies through his first 7 holes. Most players were laying up with a fairway wood or long iron off the 8th tee, but he was rewarded for an aggressive drive, which left this lob wedge in for his second. He found the bottom of the cup for another gain to move to 12 under par. He bogeyed the 9th, but hit straight back at 10. The South African drove the back of the green and converted this short one for birdie to return to -12 and into a share of the lead. Jamie Rutherford was pretty quiet through the first 12 holes with 2 birdies and 2 bogeys, but he kicked into gear from the 13th. He picked up a shot courtesy of this approach and also birdied 14 and 15. Van Velzen eagled the 15th to get to 14 under, and he crept this pitch onto the front of the green at 18. A good chance for a closing birdie. And in it went to complete a superb round of 63, and the 24-year-old set the clubhouse target at -15. Rutherford parred the 16th, but it didn't take him long to get back on the birdie trail, with this one curling in at the 17th and moving him to -13. Ericsson chucked in 3 more birdies and a couple of drop shots to reach the 18th at 2 under for the day and 13 under for the week. And this third shot set up an excellent birdie chance at the closer. Rutherford completed a wonderful finish with 5 gains in the last 6 holes, courtesy of this birdie at the last, and his 66 got him within 1 shot of the lead going into the final round. Ericsson booked his spot in the final group on Sunday by making his birdie putt at 18. That completed a 68 to pull alongside Rutherford, tucked in just behind Van Velzen.
Winner on our previous trip to Spain, Pablo Areño's equal round of the day moved him to 8th, but gunning for victory, Van Velzen.
I played very well. It was tough yesterday. I shot 4 over my back nine yesterday afternoon, so just came out here and tried to mimic the things I did the first day, and I just played super well, putted nicely, kept myself composed and made some good decisions out there.
So the heat was on. 18 holes between Van Velzen and Ericsson, and a maiden HotelPlanner Tour victory. Jamie Rutherford seeking a second title in as many years.
On the team from South Africa, Ryan van Velzen.
So who would wilt under the Spanish sun, and who would keep their cool?
The leader was level par for the par 5 first hole this week with a couple of birdies and a double bogey. No trouble on the final day though. He found the green with this lovely fairway wood second shot to give himself a putt for eagle. Rutherford narrowly missed out on promotion to the DP World Tour last season. He played the opener well and caught the left edge of the hole to get his birdie at the first. Van Velzen missed the eagle try, but this one dropped for a birdie to maintain his 1-stroke advantage at the summit of the leaderboard. Charles Huntsinger birdied the 4th and found the greenside bunker with his drive at 6. Great work from the sand. It had a little look for eagle, but the resultant birdie got him within 3 shots of top spot. Van Velzen gave up the lead with 3 bogeys in 4 holes from the second. He desperately needed to regain some positive momentum, and this birdie at 6 got him back to within 1 shot of the lead. Jamie Rutherford was the man in pole position thanks to a run of pars, and he responded to Van Velzen's birdie with a red number of his own at 6 to take a 2-shot advantage. Unfortunately, his challenge faded with 4 bogeys between the 8th and 14th. Will Besseling was treading water with 10 straight pars to start the round, but the Dutchman made his first move a positive one with this 10-foot putt at the 11th. Van Velzen regained the lead with a birdie at the 9th and wasn't going to let things slip again after recovering from his jittery start. This bold approach to the back pin at the 13th produced another birdie chance. The road to Mallorca number 24 knocked it in to move to 16 under par and open up a 2-shot cushion with 5 holes to play. He parred the 14th and hit his second shot at the par 5 15th into the greenside bunker. His shot from the sand released wonderfully toward the hole and wasn't too far off going in for an eagle. He did tap in for the birdie. Besseling had tried to put some pressure on Van Velzen with a red number at the 15th, but he gave it straight back on 16. This birdie at 17 got him back to -15, and he parred the last to take the clubhouse lead. Ericsson was never really able to mount a title push following 2 bogeys in his first 4 holes, but he did respond well with birdies at the 9th, 16th and courtesy of this third at 18 to shoot 70 and finish alongside Besseling. Van Velzen had a 2-shot lead playing the last hole. It was a stress-free finish and he had this putt to close it out with a birdie. The par was good enough, and it was job done as the South African recovered superbly from an early wobble to clinch his first HotelPlanner Tour title with a closing 69 for a 2-shot victory on -17.
Elsewhere, another fine home soil display saw Pablo Areño confirmed as the highest Pro Spain member. Figueiredo finished his week strongly, but for the 5th time in 9 events this season, it was a South African success story.
It was amazing. I started off badly today. Thought we had blown it, but we kept ourselves composed. Made a couple birdies and kept ourselves in it. And then we were super solid on the back nine, just cementing my place in this trophy.
Victory sees Van Velzen rise up to 4th on the road to Mallorca rankings. His fellow countryman NJ Duffy still occupying the number 1 berth, Pablo Areño and Will Enifer tucked in behind. Dan Ericsson's good week sees him up 47 places and knocking on the door of those all-important top 15 spots. So as we say adios to Spanish soil until the season-ending Grand Final in late October, the Rainbow Nation's dominance of the season rolls on. Next, we swap sun-soaked shores for awesome alpine views. A Swiss search for the next king of the mountains. We'll see you then.